Picture this. You're in a room full of noise, and one woman doesn't compete for attention, she controls the temperature. Men lean in. Conversations orbit her. You think it's charm, maybe luck, maybe chemistry. But what you're really watching is leverage, timing, restraint, and social intelligence used like a scalpel. And here's the part most men learn too late: modern dating isn't won by whoever feels the most. It's won by whoever stays steady when the signal gets unclear. If you can't hold your frame, you'll call it mixed signals. If you can, you'll recognize it for what it is: a live test of your leadership boundaries and self respect. Most men walk into relationships believing attraction is spontaneous and love is passive. They assume honesty guarantees security. They think effort equals outcome. And when things shift, as they always do, they feel blindsided, betrayed, confused. They ask the wrong question. What did I do wrong? The right question is harder. What did I give away before it was earned? Because attraction in 2026 doesn't collapse because of a single mistake. It erodes when a man hands over emotional control before he's built emotional gravity. When he confuses openness with exposure. When he treats uncertainty like an emergency instead of information. This isn't about outsmarting women. That's a childish frame. This is about outgrowing the version of yourself that can be moved by silence, delayed replies, or shifting energy. The world you're dating in now is saturated with options, stimulation, and noise. Attention is cheap, stability is rare, and whatever is rare becomes valuable. Centuries ago, Machiavelli wrote something most men resist. People don't respond to intention, they respond to perception. They don't follow what you mean, they follow what you consistently demonstrate. That principle didn't disappear with dating apps. It intensified. Here's the uncomfortable truth. If your mood, confidence, or direction collapses when someone pulls back, you're not in a relationship. You're in a negotiation you're losing. Reactive men are easy to manage. They text again. They explain themselves. They try to restore closeness with words. They mistake urgency for leadership. Leadership is calm. When communication slows, a reactive man chases clarity. A grounded man notes the data and stays in motion. Not to punish, not to manipulate, but because his life doesn't stall waiting for reassurance. He understands something most men don't. Attraction isn't built by force, it's sustained by frame. A frame is the structure your life operates within, your standards, your pace, your non negotiables. It's not announced, it's felt. It's how you move through uncertainty without begging it to resolve itself. Most men sabotage themselves by giving girlfriend treatment to someone who hasn't shown girlfriend consistency. They share fears before trust exists. They confess devotion before alignment is proven. Then they're shocked when the dynamic shifts. No one tricked you. You skipped steps. Modern dating rewards men who can delay gratification without becoming cold, who can express interest without dependence, who can be present without being consumable. That balance is rare, and rarity creates a gravity. This is where men misunderstand mystery. Mystery isn't silence. Mystery is momentum. A man with momentum doesn't need to fake distance because he actually has direction. His calendar exists whether or not someone texts him back. His goals don't pause for emotional turbulence. He's not busy to look important. He's busy because his life is built around purpose, not pursuit. And people feel that immediately. They feel it in how you enter a room, in how you speak without rushing, in how you don't over-explain, in how you listen without trying to impress, in how you handle interruption in how you handle disrespect, in how you handle praise. Congruence is what people trust, not perfection, consistency. This is why so many men misinterpret what they call tests. They see every pullback as manipulation and every boundary as hostility. They become paranoid, rigid, defensive. They lose warmth. That's not strength, that's fear wearing armor. The reality is simpler. People probe for stability, not to control you, but to see if you can hold emotional weight without cracking. Can you be interested without being consumed? Can you be close without collapsing? Can you stay grounded when the energy shifts? When a woman pulls back after vulnerability, it doesn't automatically mean she's playing a game. Sometimes it means the timing was off. Sometimes it means she's processing. Sometimes it means she's conflicted. Sometimes it means you're not aligned. What matters isn't her behavior. It's your response. If you chase, you teach her that. Distance controls you. If you punish, you teach her that your affection is conditional. If you stay calm, clear, and consistent, you teach her that you're stable. Stability is magnetic because it's scarce. You can be emotionally available without being emotionally reckless. You can be direct without being desperate. You can care without making someone responsible for your sense of self. That's adulthood. So let's talk about competition, because this is where men usually unravel. She mentions another guy casually. You notice a name, a story, a signal that reminds you you're not the only one in the world. Your instinct is to prove, interrogate, or outperform. That instinct is expensive. The loudest men lose first. They demand reassurance. They overperform. They try to win by pressure or by submission. Both communicate the same weakness. You can be moved. A man who can be moved can be managed. A stronger response is quieter. You don't compete, you clarify. Not aggressively, with standards. You don't ask accusatory questions. You state your direction. I'm interested in building something real. I don't operate in confusion. If we're aligned, we move forward. If not, we part clean. That's not an ultimatum. It's a filter. Weak men avoid filters because filters risk loss. Strong men accept loss as the cost of alignment. Masculinity has always been about tolerating short-term discomfort for long-term direction. Direction is power. Now understand this. Dating is no longer private. It's contextual, social, observed. How you carry yourself in public matters, not because of ego, but because presence signals safety and status. This isn't about money. Money amplifies, but it doesn't replace character. Plenty of men with resources have no gravity. Plenty of men without them carry authority. Authority comes from self-possession. Self-possession is discipline. It's how you dress because you respect yourself, not because you want validation. It's how you speak with intention instead of permission. It's how you plan instead of asking for approval. Be ready at 7 isn't control, it's leadership. Leadership removes friction. It creates clarity. It makes the people feel secure because someone is steering. But leadership without warmth becomes rigidity. Warmth without leadership becomes neediness. The rare man is both decisive and human, grounded and emotionally literate. That combination is unforgettable. Now let's address the moment that breaks most men: emotional withdrawal. You finally say the thing. You finally open up, and then the energy changes. Fewer messages, less certainty, silence. A weak man panics. He floods the gap with words. He explains. He seeks reassurance. He tries to restore closeness by force. A mature man treats it as information. He doesn't disappear. He doesn't plead. He maintains rhythm. He gives space without retreating from himself. He stays warm without becoming dependent. He understands a principle Machiavelli understood. If you collapse under uncertainty, you communicate instability, and instability erodes trust faster than distance ever could. Trust is built when you can be disappointed without becoming volatile, angry, clingy, passive aggressive, or self pitying. Any form of emotional volatility that makes someone else responsible for managing your state. A man manages his own state. So instead of chasing, he checks alignment. Calmly, cleanly. I enjoy you. I'm not interested in mixed signals. If you're in, let's build. If not, I wish you well. That's not cold. That's dignified. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doors with locks. People evolve. The woman you met may not be the woman 6 months later. And the man you are today cannot be the man you remain if you expect depth to last. Rigid men break. Adaptive men endure. If she shifts from playful to purposeful, from spontaneous to serious, don't. Cling to nostalgia. Meet the present. Ask better questions. Build something deeper than chemistry. Chemistry is easy. Chemistry is common. Chemistry fades. What lasts is shared direction, shared values, and emotional safety, the kind that allows growth, not stagnation. So here's the real lesson most men never hear. Stop negotiating for attention. Stop decoding every signal. Stop giving your heart to potential. Stop chasing intensity. Start building a life with gravity. Start communicating clearly and watching behavior. Start investing in consistency. Start choosing stability. Because the goal isn't to get someone to like you. The goal is to become the kind of man who can love without losing his frame. That's what makes you hard to replace. Not tricks, not tactics, not posturing, substance. A man with substance doesn't seek power over others. He gains power over himself. And that power shows up quietly in how he moves, how he chooses, how he walks away when alignment isn't there. You're not here to beat anyone at a game. You're here to stop being controlled by your own impatience. When you do that, relationships stop feeling like negotiations and start feeling like selections. You don't chase love. You build a life, and love earns a place within it. That's not manipulation. That's clarity. That's maturity. That's manhood.